Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your brother in the spiritual struggle that we find that the whole human race find itself in. Believe it or not. Okay? I'm bringing it to you. And I always give it I give it to you straight from the hip. Are you ready to listen now? Or are you just gonna let this be the way they've always been? Well, hopefully, after this video, you will be ready to listen to me with the drums of World War III. Okay? But remember, human civilization's end is not yet. I repeat, the end of this human system as we know it is not yet. In other words, the creator of all creation will not allow for the devil to make sure that the human creation upon this planet, created in the image of him who created us, destroy itself. What did I say? What have I been telling you all these years? Okay? How governments always manipulate and make you submit to their power tripping. Okay? So today, hopefully, I will convince you that your best interest, your government, your religious leaders, they don't have your best interest at heart, ladies and gentlemen. The reality is that under this satanic matrix that we live under, everybody's asleep. When humanity is about to wake up, the devil will have another distraction. This thing that we have between Russia and Ukraine and how European nations are reacting is so what I call a proxy manipulation move, calculated move. I'm gonna read to you what I wrote. Then we're gonna go into the Bible. But I ask you, are you ready for the truth? Are you still think that this is some fairy tale that I've been telling you all these years? Or as the CIA invented favorite word, conspiracy theory. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. I already told you many times the purpose of the creation of religions. To make sure that people will be saturated with God, people believing in many different gods throughout different empires and different governments throughout history. In fact, Christendom came out of a political system. The purpose of religion is to saturate humanity to the point of making them believe that there is no God. See? When you saturate the mind and then that mind wakes up to the religious deception, then people, now you know why atheists are popping up everywhere. See, because they have believed in religions, they have believed in science, and they have believed in man, and they have believed their political system. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Are you ready for the truth? Or you think this is some guy that, just like religion, is coming at you with the CIA invented word conspiracy theory? You think this is some conspiracy? I don't have nothing better to do but to come to you and give you some mumbo jumbo conspiracy theory as you wish. That's all I got to say. Is that what you think without proving it? Then who's in the wrong? Because if I tell you one thing, then I need to prove it. In fact, do not forget the links that I will include in this video. Let us begin. But then again, ladies and gentlemen, we are, this last human generation is the stupidest human generation of all time. Naive up to the sky. And there's no, human beings are not reasonable. Human beings are being reactionary, compulsory. That's why people kill each other over stupid things. Like, for instance, road rage. Young men going around robbing people, taking what is in theirs. And then you got district attorneys by design from New York to Minnesota to Chicago to St. Louis to Tennessee. You got district attorneys living, letting these young men on the streets so that they can commit more crimes. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, let us accept the fact, the reality, that we are currently led by human leaders who are completely lost in terms of not knowing the whole truth. And even those few that know the truth always are hiding it. For it is not in their best interest, because if people knew the truth, they wouldn't be able to control every aspect of people's lives. For this is the very essence of the spirit which possesses these leaders, which possesses them, to whom they worship and honor with pride. Ladies and gentlemen, what did I just tell you? That this whole world, if you look through our history, take a quick glance through our history, there have always been the belief in gods. In reality, people have been believing and worshiping, just like they are now more than ever, demons, whom others choose to call them extraterrestrial. Let's keep going. Remember the Patriot Act? Are you familiar with the Patriot Act? Do you know where the Patriot Act came from? It came from out of 9/11, which they claim that Osama bin Laden brought down the towers. Osama bin Laden attacked the Pentagon. Osama bin Laden shot down a jet over Virginia. Ladies and gentlemen, everything is a lie in this planet. This world is so full of lies, it is drowning in them. Please wake up. Do not be part of these lies. Here's the truth. And as you can see, this has always been the modus operandi throughout human history. In other words, this has always been the mode of operation throughout human history. Their hunger for power. They corrupt themselves, not just because power corrupts absolutely. For this is too obvious even to the blind left eye, which is one of the symbols that they use to honor their God. And so is this. You see artists, you've seen world leaders, you've seen sports personality using this. You know what this means? This means allegiance to the devil. Do your studies. Oh no, my peoples. Their hunger for power stems from their point of no return, part of their deal or their bargain with the devil himself, lest they all die and suffer in the process. Yes, their hunger for power is based on bringing about the devil's agendas on this planet, on this flat earth. For his time is short. So for he knows that his time is short upon this immovable steel earth. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I say it again and I laugh every time I say it. Everything is a brainwashing system. Everything is a lie. How many of you were told in high school or in college or university that we are traveling through our space at 66,000 miles per hour? The Bible tells us otherwise, and he proves it. What moves around are the sun, the moon, the stars. They're always on the move. Which, by the way, they are in the Earth's sphere. There's no space. The Earth is an enclosed planet. It's sad that so many brothers and sisters out there believe this. World leaders have always been total fools and charlatans, ridiculous, narcissistic, and moronic, like the Omicron in reverse. And here's the evidence of how they extend and spread their stupidity like the virus that they have become to their own people. And the people have been worked. And people have been worked, conditioned, and programmed. They have fallen for the evil leaders' lies. Ladies and gentlemen, again, going back a bit, 9/11, you were sold the idea that 9/11 was caused by Osama bin Laden. Then I challenge you to do a Google research on Tim Osman. I don't care where you go. Go to Yahoo. Go to Bing. Go Google. Go to Google. I don't care. Do it. Tim Osman. That was the name that was given to Osama bin Laden, because he was actually, that was the name that was given by the CIA agency. Did you know that Al-Qaeda was created by the CIA to fight the Russians in Afghanistan? By the way, that was Russia's Vietnam, but it's okay. Let's go. So, but yet people believed it. And not only that, but they got double whammy. Not only did they believe, they fell for that lie, because and you want to know the evidence of it? Within 2 hours, you saw political analysts, heads of states, politicians, telling you that Osama bin Laden did this. When in reality, Osama bin Laden, to this day, haven't been charged by the FBI. And the FBI will tell you this. Okay? Anyway, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the FBI and the CIA know that people in America are the most naive creatures upon this earth. And that's one of the reasons that American will fall. America's days are numbered. See, in order for the new economic reset to take place, or what they call the New World Order, ladies and gentlemen, America is in the way. America needs to be taken out. Now, for you people living in America, you may say, well, then Ruben, what do we do? Then what are we to do? Simple. Simple. By you having a strong relationship with your Creator will provide for you, will provide safety for you. He will provide food for you and shelter, but not in the city that He will destroy, not in America. Here's evidence number one. They profess peace, but have the ability to destroy itself off the face of the earth. Yeah, they profess peace. They talk about peace at the United Nations. But how many of you know that the United Nations land, where the United Nations was built back in 1945, actually, ladies and gentlemen, that piece of land was donated by one of the most evil family in the United States, and they don't deny it. The Rockefellers. These people are Satanists, ladies and gentlemen. They are what they call themselves 33rd degree Masons. Remember, the United States is a Freemasonic nation. Okay? Let's keep going. Number two, they have pushed the belief on, they believe on God or God, which is Satan, but also teaches the belief on a theory of evolution. So which is it? And I tell you which is it. They do that by design to confuse people by using the duality system. They love duality. In fact, the very God that they worship, ladies and gentlemen, is female and male at the same time. I mean, it's sad. The Baphomet. Okay? Here we go. It's sad. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, the reality is that Satan is a beautiful angel. His beauty is eternal, but so will be his punishment. That's how messed up humanity is. They think that the Baphomet that they worship the devil. I mean, the devil must be laughing his butt off. So that's how stupid humanity has become. Let's go. But also teaches the belief on a theory of evolution. The theory of a satanic theory of evolution. So which is it? You want to push God? In fact, they write in their money, and that's a little later. I'm going to talk about that a little later. They imprint in the US dollar, "In God we trust." So which is it? Evolution? In God we trust? Or in the God we trust? Really, ladies and gentlemen, are you beginning to see the ridiculousness of all of this? Are you beginning to see, have you been played? See, let me tell you something. When you are deceived, people have power over you. And that's exactly what politicians have. Power over the naive and deceived masses. Here we go. Number 3, they talk about climate change, but pollutes the air with a satanic, sun-blocking, tree-killing machinery of chemtrails. And by the way, and HAARP, HAARP, which stands for High Frequency Active Aurora Research Program, which is a weather modification program. Don't believe me? Do your research with the Operation Popeye. I may send you the link. Operation Popeye, ladies and gentlemen, that was weather modification program that was used in the Vietnam War. Ladies and gentlemen, these people have technology that you don't even know exist, because the fallen angels have given it to them. Here we go. So in other words, ladies and gentlemen, the fact that the United States is the second beast mentioned in chapter 13 of Revelation, starting in verse 11. She's the second beast. Besides by printing the word "in God we trust," even though it is to the devil, that's not going to save America. In fact, that gives the devil more reason to destroy, to relish in America's destruction. Here we go. Because remember, the devil hates humanity. Okay? But let's keep going. I got more. 4, they suggest to the population to eat healthy food, but pollutes all of the food chains with the GMOs, with the generic modified organism. Ladies and gentlemen, please. And then not only that, but also have been giving people diabetes throughout many, many years with high fructose corn syrup. Next time, take a look at your soda. Take a look at your everyday drinks. Take a look at your candy bars. Take a look at the bread out there. You're gonna see the word high fructose corn syrup, which is a very man-made sugary stuff. They don't care. The richer they get, the richer they get, the more you suffer. In fact, let me throw this at you. Do you know how much money Pfizer is going to make? $54 billion. That's what Pfizer stands from what we're going through, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, okay. So yeah, they love you. They love you so much. They didn't need that money, but they making money in your face. And you have fallen for the lie. Here we go. They tell you, don't do drugs, but creates the diseases to justify their existence, legal or illegal. In fact, did you know that illegal drugs were actually invented and introduced by the legal drugs? So Big Pharma, in fact, let me just tell you this. So it's so many things, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know where to start. Because I told you this already many times. The reason the United States was in Afghanistan for 20 years, it was not to keep peace. Wake the hell up. See how you've been lied to? The reason is because they had a poppy leaves operation out there. Do you know what poppy leaves is? Where heroin come from. Painkillers, drugs come from the poppy leaves. I forgot the name that they use to give. It's in the tip of my tongue. I just cannot remember now. But yes, with poppy leaves, they make this painkiller that is administered to many patients in hospitals. Oh, morphine. Yes, that's what morphine comes from. So the United States was made countless billions of dollars by being there, because 88%, between 88 and 92% of the poppy leaves comes out of Afghanistan. Just like the coca leaves that comes out of Peru. So please, do not believe the lies. Remember, the word itself, drugs, come from the Greek word called pharmakia, which means sorcery. Because that's exactly the effect that it has on your organism. And I know, ladies and gentlemen, because I saw them both. Remember what I told you. I started selling what? Heroin, which comes from the poppy leaves. And it was pure back in the days. And so was the fish care cocaine. I used to be a big heavy drug dealer in New York. I even did time in jail, but you know what? But just like Joseph, the devil couldn't wait for me to get off his house, because he didn't want me there. Because just like Joseph, God works wonder no matter where you're at. Remember Joseph? The one that was sold to the Ishmaelites, the brother, by his own brothers? Well, there it is. The first king of Egypt. Number 6, the doctors tell you, drink lots of water, but make sure, but then the system turns around and pollutes it with fluoride. Fluoride is everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. It's in your water, it's in your toothpaste, it decays your teeth, it completely make you sick, because fluoride comes, they have made you believe the lie, because remember, everything is a lie, which turns into what? Death and suffering. Fluoride, ladies and gentlemen, do your research, comes from, you got it, rat poisoning. Ladies and gentlemen, please, I don't come here so that you can see my pretty face. I don't come here because I don't have nothing better to do. Because I have a big TV in my living room, I got cables, I can just sit back and chill. No, I hardly watch any television. My thing is the internet. That's where I get my news from. That's where I do all my research. That's why I come at you with this on this platform YouTube video, because I was born to preach the gospel. I was born to preach. So this world is in a dire strait. We're in a dire situation, ladies and gentlemen, beyond your comprehension. What's about to hit this world, I told you that this 2022, what did I say? Remember what I said? If you've been watching my videos, remember what I said about this year, 2022. That it was going to be the most destructive and dangerous year for humanity. It was going to be a death year. Okay? And not only that, remember what I said also, that in Abu Dhabi, the Abraham temple is gonna be revealed. It's gonna be completed this year. Well, this is the beginning of a one world religion. You have right in the middle, right stuck in the middle, the Christian temple. To the left, you got the Jewish temple, and then to the right, you got the Islamic temple. What a freaking joke, ladies and gentlemen. When has religions been the answers to humanity's problems? If that's the case, then how come lots of human beings are about to be killed, not just in Ukraine, but all over this planet in this year? So be ready, ladies and gentlemen. Pray for your loved ones. Pray for everyone. Pray for peace. But then be realistic about it, because we are due. We are due. Humanity is due. This is the most evilest generation of all time. See, the newscasters bring you the news, but they cannot give it to you the way I give it. I give it to you with this biblical context, because they don't know it. And even some of them have started talking about God and blah, 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 and the end of days and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So that's the deal. The doctors tell you, hey, drink a lot of water, and the system turns around and pollutes it with fluoride. Number 7, they tell women, well, it is your right. If you want to have an abortion, countless babies, countless millions and millions upon babies of human beings, ladies and gentlemen, have been aborted ever since 1976. Roe versus Wade decision in the Supreme Court. It's too late to turn back the hands of time. Another thing is, number 8, they tell you to vote for them. Okay? But before I go to number 8, let me finish number 7. So, they help women which wants an abortion, right? But remember, abortion doesn't come free. Planned Parenthood, which Bill Gates' father was one of the founder along with Margaret Sanger. She was one of the founders, and Bill Gates was the CEO of Planned Parenthood back in the days. But check this out. Somebody's got to pay for it. There's got to be money involved. You know why? You know with what money? With the money that says, in God we trust. Again, which God? Which God is going to pay and allow you to pay to destroy his own creation? Ladies and gentlemen, please think. We are ridiculous. We are stupid. But people are stupider for believing their governments. Bunch of hypocrites. Number 8. They ask you to vote for them. But they know your vote don't count. Okay? They know they work you, and they have distracted you so much that you think your vote counts. That's how naive we are. In fact, the first president of the United States that was considered the first president was a lie. George Washington. You know why? Because he was the first Freemasonic president that they declare as the first president. But before him, there was about 15 presidents before him, 16. Do your research. I made a video on that too. Number 9. They ask you to put something in your body with something that they created, and you obediently obey them. So if you're ruled by fools and yet you believe them, what does that make you? So if you are ruled by fools and you believe them, what does that make you? Let me give you another example before we go to the Bible. Remember the gas pipeline that Biden gave to the Russians when he first got into office? That was one of his first moves. Do you know that there was a deal? It was a deal, ladies and gentlemen. World leaders are actually, they make you believe that they hate each other and that they're about to go to war and that this and that. Do not believe it. You have been prepped. You have been worked. You have been programmed. Just like the television programs, they don't call it like that for nothing. They program you to believe their lies, to that hypnotizing box in your living room or in your bedroom or your kitchen, anywhere. Think about it. So what are the Russians doing now? They are making sure that not just the people in the United States, but the whole world is distracted and forget about what Biden has done and it is doing behind the scenes to destroy America. Okay? So here we go. Let us go to Matthew. Let us go to Matthew 10. Matthew chapter 10, verse 16. Christ, Yahushua, is instructing our brothers, his disciples, and this is one of the things that he told them. Verse 16, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. But you therefore, be you therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, know your enemy. Know your invisible enemy, which is the devil. Because unless you know him, you have lost the battle even before it begins. Okay? Okay? This is a spiritual war. In fact, if we go to Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12, look what it says. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So what is it what you don't understand? This is a spiritual war. See, our body are just temporary vessels so that we can absorb and see, God wants to see what we are going to decide to do with this temporary existence. Do we give in or do we fight the system? If you give in, you're done. You cannot undo what has been done to your body by allowing them to do you know what. Here we go. Matthew 24. Matthew 24, against Christ is talking to his disciples because they wanted to know. In fact, I'm going to start on verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming? And of the end of the world, the end of the system. And Christ answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. Why did he say that? Because he knew that we are living in a world of lies. Everywhere you turn is lies. Commercials lie. Politicians lie to you all the time, to your face, and you believe it. Signs have been lying to you, and you believe it. NASA has been lying to you about landing on the moon, and you believe them. NASA have been lying to you, telling you that the world is round, a ball, that you live in a ball, and that we are traveling 66,000 miles per hour in space, which is a lie. See, they're tripping. See, you got to understand their psychologists. See, just like the devil did. Once he deceived the human race, he had power over the human race. That's why politicians love to lie to their people. That's what they do. They love to divide them, because if they unite, you got racism, or critical race theory being taught in schools. You understand me? Black Lives Matter, Antifa against the Proud Boys and all of that. Right versus left, Republican versus Democrats is all a freaking lie. You have been lied to. In fact, Black Lives Matter is against the traditional nuclear family. And if you ask them who's their leader, there is no leader. And yet, you have chosen to follow them, when they have themselves have told you that they are trained Marxists. You understand? They love to divide the masses. And the politicians love to play that game. And they created them, and then they push for them and support them. That's why Biden loves and supports Black Lives Matter, because it keeps divisions, which means power over the people. Okay? Order out of chaos is one of their modus operandi. Here we go. So once again, verse number 5, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. Well, isn't that a coincidence? Isn't that what all the signs, all the religions always preach? In fact, the Islamic tell you to your face, oh, he's not special. He's just like Muhammad. Muhammad, a man that didn't know how to read or write. The Islamic people follow him. A man who fell in love with a 6-year-old girl and married her when she was 9. Don't believe me that happens? That's part of their culture? Do your study in Yemen, what's been happening there. Little girls are actually committing suicide because they are being sold to men, grown-up men. They're not even allowed to enjoy their childhood. It is tragedy what has happened, ladies and gentlemen. It is sad. But to them, it's acceptable, it's okay. All right. Number 6. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you not be troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Remember, world leaders know how to manipulate you. They know, they want to bring the apocalypse to earth so that they can be a savior. Remember how government worked? Problem, reaction, solutions. They create a problem, they wait for how people react, and then they come a savior. Just like the God, the devil. They're in God we trust God. What a if you don't believe me that we are on a spiritual war, let us go to Exodus chapter 15. Exodus chapter 15. It's one of my favorite verses in the Bible. Exodus chapter 15, verse 3. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. So in another word, God is a man of war. And God is his name. This is war, ladies and gentlemen. Please wake the hell up. Okay? Okay? This is real, ladies and gentlemen. Are you going to wait to the last minute to stop thinking that that I'm crazy, that I'm some conspiracy theorist because you don't happen to agree with what I believe? This is not about agreeing. This is not about, oh, this is my opinion. This is not about, oh, this is what I think. What I talk about you come from this book. And remember what I read to you before. This book is not for any personal interpretation. The book interprets itself. That's the problem. That people have been given their own interpretation for whatever we got. Remember, there are books in the Bible that were taken out. That's why I suggest you get Apocrypha. The Apocryphic books, which tells you about the many different books out there. For instance, one of them is Enoch, which I recommend, where the demons know what's coming to them, that they actually ask Enoch to talk to God about them, to convince God to forgive them, because they know what they realize what they've done. See, but let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. When you are an angel of God, when you are in his kingdom, right? In the heavenly kingdom, in paradise, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Check this out. And you go against him, I'm sorry, he cannot allow you to go back. Because what is going to keep you from trying it again? Now, for us humans, we are different. We were deceived. Now, we may say, well, the fallen angels were deceived. No, they made their decision. And yes, humanity made a decision to believe the lie. The first lie that was told to us by the devil, that thou shalt not surely die. And to this day, people believe in that lie. I mean, you got people out there that actually believe in reincarnation. That we go through many different life spans, and that one day we are going to to reach God-like statues. Sad, ladies and gentlemen. No, once you're dead, you're dead. To the moment of resurrection. Forget about this reincarnation thing. I know many books and movies have been written about that subject. But again, do not believe the lies. So, before I leave you this evening, Do not be scared. Do not be surprised at what you've seen with your own eyes. Okay? We have become so ridiculous that we have chosen to believe the lies. In fact, you know what Bill Gates is saying now? That there's a new pandemic coming. How does he know? He's the prophet now? Ladies and gentlemen, please. Have you studied Event 201 right here on YouTube? I suggest that you do it. Where they actually talk about back in 2019 to prepare to, they had a simulation about a pandemic that was coming upon the world. And like magic, 2020, we know what happened. So ladies and gentlemen, please, wake up. I do this video out of love. Whether you believe me, whether you subscribe to my channel, whether you unsubscribe from my channel, I still love you. This is not about subscription. This is not about you subscribing or this is not about clicks. Because the price, the reward that awaits us from God is eternal life. Remember, God is going to send his angels before this system, this satanic system, this satanic matrix system is completely destroyed. Are you going to be part of the destruction? Or will you be sitting by God in helping him judge angels? That's the power that we're going to have, ladies and gentlemen. We were deceived and we took upon ourselves, and after that, all humanity that came after Adam, after Adam and Eve, after Christ's death, did you know that he was hung? That he didn't die on our cross? Please, ladies and gentlemen, stop believing the lie. The lies is like a virus that have crept up in every place, everywhere. And people have chosen to believe the lie. In fact, I know a lot of people that have taken the jab, ladies and gentlemen, the jab. You know what they say? Some friends, well, people that I know, you know what they say? Well, yeah, I took it because of my job. You know what? We all gonna die anyway. Wow. See how stupid we become? I mean, nothing is more stupid than that. That's the stupidest thing you can hear. So because you are going to die, you're going to make it easier for the enemy to destroy you. With the excuse, with the lie, that he's going to save you. What, you're going to live forever? No. If you are with God, the one that gave the celestial mother, Rawak, because that's the Holy Spirit. Remember, God is a family. Rawak, the Father, the great I am, Asher, Ahaya in Hebrew. The Son, which is the Redeemer, Yahushua, Christ. And of course, the angels, Michael, Gabriel. Ladies and gentlemen, please. We were created to be angels upon this earth. We were the earthly angels, but we corrupted ourselves. So no wonder you see leaders corrupting themselves everywhere. And throwing the marks, or carving their left eye, or or the thunderbolt. Because remember what Christ said in Luke. I saw Satan falling down from heaven as a lightning. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all I have for you. Please, do not be afraid. Do not get played by the enemy. Oh, it's going to be World War III. Let's prep. Let's go under rocks. Let's go to the... Really? Ladies and gentlemen, please. If you have been worshiping and fasting and worshiping and having a strong relationship with your Creator, you think He will leave you to die and be completely stepped on by the demons? Think again. This is all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? And once again, please, do not be surprised. Okay? Because remember, everything that's going around the world is a rehearsal for the new, for the satanic agenda. Okay? What you saw up in Canada with the truckers, that's just a rehearsal, ladies and gentlemen. That was even in their playing cards. You got this young man that he's out of his mind, drunken with power, okay? He's just a figure, little demon, Justin Trudeau, whose people have said that he's the son of Fidel Castro. Who knew? Who knows? Who knew? I don't know, but I'm just saying. He's drunken with power, like all of the leaders. Do you think this man is acting on people's best interest? You know why people are suffering with this? Because they believed the lie that we live under a democracy. And yeah, we need to vote him out. Like your vote counts. You have been played. You have been worked. You have been deceived. And God bless you. And there's more.